Welcome students to Sociology 323, Social Research Methods 1. I want to take a minute here to introduce myself and to talk a little bit about how the class is going to be structured and what's expected so that you know going into the class. My name is Dr. Tanya Adkins-Covert, and I will be the professor for this course this semester. So let's talk a little bit about how the course will be structured, and we'll also talk about how you can get in touch with me, how you can access me, and that sort of thing. So the course is our first in our two course sequence methods courses. So this course is focused on how to conduct social research, how social researchers do what they do, how they create surveys, how they conduct focus groups, how they do content analysis, how they do interviewing. So this is a real nuts and bolts course about the how-to for social research. The second course in the sequence is a statistics course, which focuses on how you analyze data that's been collected from a variety of different research methods. But in this course, one of the major projects that you will do is to create a research proposal. And we're going to do this research proposal in pieces. The course is structured in 8 separate modules. And in each module, you will do a set of readings and a set of assignments and a module test, and you'll also move a little bit more forward on that research proposal. So the first module, you turn in the topic statement. The second module, you start looking at resources that will help you in constructing a literature review on that topic. And then as you move forward, then you're going to construct survey questions and design a research project and sort of put all of those pieces together. And so we will go through this process of this research project step by step throughout the course of the semester. This course is also our Writing in the Discipline course for the sociology major, which means that we're going to be spending a lot of time not just writing, but also talking about writing. So there are actually 2 textbooks for this class. One that is called Real Research by Liana Gordon, which focuses on research methods and how to conduct research. And then the second one is called The Sociology Student's Guide to Writing. And that book is by authors Harris and Tyner Mullings. And so that book is really focused on how we write and how we write different things within our discipline. So there's some on how you write survey questions, but also how do you write a literature review? How do you approach these things sociologically? So how do sociologists write different kinds of writing, and how do we gain skill in that writing process? So we're not only going to learn about how to conduct research, but we're also going to learn about sociological writing throughout the course. In addition to the textbook, the 2 textbooks that you'll be reading, and the online content, I'll be providing something like PowerPoint lectures for each topic that we go through. I'll also be doing little mini videos like this one to explain some of the topics and some of the content that we're going to be covering throughout the semester. If you want to get in touch with me, I have office hours that are posted on the Western Online site, but those are going to be Mondays from 3 to 4:30 p.m., Tuesdays from 1:30 to 3 p.m., and Wednesdays from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. Now, you can come into my office during this time. You don't need to schedule an appointment during those times. And I'll be here to answer any questions that you have. I'm also going to be using a software system called Zoom to do online meetings. And during those meeting times, I will have an open meeting going on Zoom. And you can log in and connect with me online if you're not on campus or you're not available on campus to come into my office. So you don't need an appointment during those specific times. If those times don't work for you, please feel free to contact me, send me an email, and we will set up either an in-person meeting on campus or an online meeting via Zoom or some other chat format in order for me to answer any questions that you may have. In addition to the research proposal that you'll be creating, there are some other assignments that I want to take a moment or 2 to talk about. The first is a set of module assignments. So at the end of each module or within each module, there is an assignment that reinforces or focuses on some topic that we've been covering. And it could be, for example, one of the assignments asks you to go and do an observation in some public location and take observation notes. and then code those notes according to the criteria and information that's provided in that module section on observations and taking notes. So other assignments might focus on how to properly cite using ASA style, which is the American Sociological Association style, and so on. So there'll be a set of module assignments. There will be a test at the end of each module, and there will be a proposal submission that moves us along in that research proposal process at the end of each module. So there'll be a deadline for each of those, and all of those correspond. In addition, throughout the semester, you're going to do 5 article reflections. So we're going to be learning about a variety of different research methods: survey research, interviewing, content analysis, focus groups, and so on. And so as we move along and learn about those, I'm going to have you read, select an article from a set of options on using one of those methods, and then answer a set of questions. So essentially, this will help in a couple of ways. It'll help to reinforce what you're learning about how those methods work and what those methods look like in practice. It'll also get you more comfortable with reading sociological writing and seeing how different types of methods result in different kinds of sociological writing. So when we're talking about quantitative methods, the writing is going to look a certain way, and the structure of an article using a quantitative method is going to be set a certain way. And this is different from qualitative research articles, which are going to be written and structured in different ways. So these article reflections are to let you see what it looks like to have that kind of research in practice and in published work. And so I hope that you'll find those articles interesting. I've tried to pick some that I think are going to be pretty interesting for you to read, because they deal with kind of timely topics or interesting topics. So I think this provides a pretty good overview of what the course is going to look like. Please contact me if you have any questions. I'm always available via email, and I'm pretty good about checking it and responding pretty quickly. And see you next week, I guess. Bye.